planners and bullet journals, art projects, organized planner sheet.
Well, hello! I welcome you to Organized Planner Sheet. I'm Lucinda, and welcome to the 4th episode regarding my PTSD journal. And if you haven't watched the first 3 videos, be sure and check those out so you can get all caught up, because I'm going to start right from last week. Especially the first video, you want to watch that to kind of find out how I was diagnosed with PTSD and why I'm working in this journal. Alright, so since last week, what I did is I prepped all of my pages. I actually did all of that first and put the art background on there that I wanted. And then I went in each day and did all of the journaling. So I hope you like it. I really love the way it turned out. I'll go over that real quick first with you guys. So I took some pretty inexpensive mixed media paper. Hope I'm centered in here for you. Okay, there we go. I got some, like I said, pretty inexpensive mixed media paper and that I already had on hand. And I taped it, like double-sided taped it on top of each page for 7 days to cover a week. And then I took some masking tape and taped all around the edges to make sure it stayed down and would last for forever, hopefully after painting it. So I taped it on there and then I painted it with some acrylic paint in a pewter color, and I really love the way the color turned out. I think I'm just going to flip through some of the pages to show you that. I love it. It gives it a real antique feel. And then all of this accent, which looks like accent paint over it. So, of course I watercolored the pages first before I taped it, I think. Yeah, watercolor that. And then these colors, like this pretty blue kind of looks like clouds there, and this green, that pink, this, I don't know what that color's called, this red, this orange, and this pretty bluish green color. Those are all ink from some ink markers by Jane Davenport called mermaid markers. I hadn't used them in a while. I love them because the ink acts like watercolor and that it flows, but it's really, really highly pigmented. Okay, so what I decided to do this week, instead of having you watch me set up the pages, is actually read to you what I wrote that day. And then I'll elaborate because, I'll need to clarify some things as we go. So the first day is September the 6th. Today, my therapist said I have to write out my trauma. Wow. I was starting to feel much better about myself, and now this. I felt my face turn upside down when she told me, and then she said that I should try. I agreed, but I had no confidence in my ability to do it. The directions she gave me stated to start writing it immediately. Well, that's not going to happen. I have to muster up the courage to do it, and right now I don't have any. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, so I don't know what I can really add to that other than I just was really surprised that I was asked to do that at this point in the therapy. I thought it would be later. I started therapy August the 16th, and so it wasn't quite, a month yet. And I just wasn't ready. So then September the 7th, our daughter turned 20 today, and I still can't believe it. Where did the time go? So we went out, and there was a little bit of a conflict with between someone that was there and me, and it wasn't a big one, but it was a little sensitive, and I won't share who it was with or what happened. It wasn't, it was all fine. It's just we needed to talk about it. And the good thing is I did not talk negatively about myself. Gosh, can't speak. About myself. I didn't say anything to myself like, you can never get it right. Look, you caused a problem. Nothing to degrade myself or to take full responsibility for something negative that happened, which is what I had been doing when I wasn't dealing with my trauma. And so, also I put here, so I said, the good thing is I did not talk negatively about myself, and I only took responsibility from my part. And what's awesome about that, is that I was able to take responsibility without feeling down, without feeling bad about myself, without, just anything negative. And so I thank God for that. That was a good confrontation. I've never been a non-confrontational person. I've always been willing to discuss any conflict, to bring it out. I think that's the only way that you resolve it. But I didn't feel bad about it. I didn't feel bad about myself. That was awesome. Okay, so this one, the way that that I spread the ink on here, it's kind of hard for me to turn it and read it straight from the page. So I'm going to tell you what I put on here basically in summary, is that I had a little bit of difficulty sleeping that night. I'm not sure why, but it wasn't as bad as it had been before I started taking the 3 melatonin a night. And I'm still waiting on that device from the VA that's supposed to emit those electronic signals on my ear to help with the sleep. But for some reason it took me almost till 1 a.m. to fall asleep that night. But again, nothing like it had been before. And but all the other nights have been good. So also I managed my time really well, but I still just couldn't do the homework yet. Okay, the homework, again, when I say homework, I mean writing out my trauma. Okay, September the 9th. Church was great today. The message was about trials, and who can't use a refresher on that? So far this week, I haven't talked down to myself or blamed myself for a single thing. Yay! Life hasn't been perfect, but I've adjusted well. For example, I forgot to bring some stuff with me when Jeff is my husband, when Jeff and I went to the library. Instead of getting frustrated, I decided to make the best of it and work on some other things. God is good. I didn't write it on here, but I still had not done my homework. Oh, I wrote it here on the 10th. No, I still have not done that homework. Maybe I just need another week. I just really don't want to write out my trauma. I started taking new and improved photos for my Etsy shop using my DIY light box, and that took way longer than I thought it would. The benefits outweighed the pain, though. I like the way my shop is starting to look, and I'm proud of myself for doing what's necessary instead of rushing to do a bunch of stuff out of panic. My mind is relaxed. My thoughts are clear. I feel good. And I think I didn't want to feel bad. I didn't want to feel sad. So I still hadn't done the homework. All right, September the 11th, and just a moment to remember, we'll never forget what happened with the Twin Tower terrorist attack in New York City. And I pray for comfort for anyone who lost anyone during that time. Ryan and I did our second video chat session today on learning Japanese. I'm following a link. Oh, let me clarify some of that. So my son and I, if you follow my channel, you know that my son and I are planning a trip to Tokyo in 2020 for the Olympics, and we're both learning Japanese. He's in college in Ohio, and he's actually taking Japanese this semester, and so I'll pick up right here. I'm following a link he gave me, and I'm currently learning hiragana through it. I can't move to the next topic of the training until I can identify the first 5 characters among a sea of other characters within 10 seconds. In characters, I mean the writing style, or sort of the alphabet. I just started this exercise and I'm at 50 seconds. I know I will get to 10 seconds if I fit the exercise into my routine. I just need to figure out where to fit it. I definitely want to be on the next topic by the time Ryan and I chat again next week. I don't want to waste his time or mine. Okay, September the 12th. There was another time challenge today and I was awesome. My car battery died and I lost 3 hours of productivity. I just accepted that some things weren't going to get done and I relaxed. I missed my daughter's volleyball game and she understood. I decided to write about my trauma today. So I'm not reading this now, but I'm telling you I finally did it. Here, I didn't want to show up to the therapist tomorrow without having done it. It was hard and I shut down my emotions to get through it. So I thought, good, I did it. I'm not feeling sad about it. Cool, right? Well, no. The fact that I wrote it was good. The fact that I didn't feel anything about it apparently was not good, which I found out today when I went to the therapist. So she asked me how did I feel about what I wrote, and she waited for me to express say some words, that describe my feelings. And so I said a little bit, and then she waited, and I said a little bit more, and she waited. And then I think she waited till I at least cried. I guess that's the way it goes. But she let me cry for a long time. She didn't interrupt. She didn't try to move on to the next thing. At one point I was feeling like, lady, say something, do something to distract me from these feelings. But that wasn't the point. So she said to me eventually that it's important for you to feel. It's important for you to feel emotions about what happened, for you to eventually get to a place where, no, it will never be a happy memory, but it will be a memory that you can have. Because if you don't have your feelings, you can't move forward. She said it's basically a loss. Like if someone's passed away, you have to go through the grieving process. And so I get it. I told her at one point that I was mad at her. And she said, I know, you're not the first person to say that to me, but I do understand. And so my homework is to write it again. I'm supposed to write it again, read it every day, and write out any new emotions that come from it each day. And also to continue to do the homework that I've been doing, where if I have any type of conflict, any difficult situation, any challenge, that I write down what happened, what I said to myself in regard to it, and what my feelings were. And so I want to encourage you. I hope that my journey is helping you. If there's something that you're avoiding dealing with in your life, or remembering, or grieving, to come along with me on this journey and allow yourself to do that. Write down, do what I'm doing. And I definitely encourage you to go to therapy if you have any inkling to do it, because it just helps to have someone leading you, reminding you of the things that you can't remind yourself of sometimes. But you can't focus on it because you're so consumed with trying to survive. So, and leave anything in the comments below that you have. If you have any other questions about what I'm sharing that I haven't touched on, or maybe you'd like for me to elaborate about something I wrote, or something that I felt, or something that the therapist is asking me to do, be sure and leave the comments below. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate any prayers for this week of writing this trauma down and reading it every single day. I'm not looking forward to it, but I am looking forward to the end result of this whole experience, and I thank God for it. All right, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. All my subscribers get an additional discount from my Organized Planner Chic Etsy shop, where I sell traveler's notebooks and accessories. And also there's a coupon or coupon code, same thing, and the comments below. There's a new one every month for my subscribers for anything in my shop. And then also check out my Facebook group, Organized Planner Chic Crew, where I create a free coloring page every month for you to download. And I also do a giveaway almost every single month. And until next time, everyone, happy planning.